The area you're about to enter is, I call it the zone of conflict. It is the only area in this museum that you will see actual weapons and souvenirs and things that were actually in warfare. And it deals with all of the wars that the United States was in the 20th century. And we have one small exhibit that we'll show you things from the Spanish-American War, the Revolutionary War, and the Civil War. The rest of the hallway that you'll be going through is World War I, World War II, Korea, the Vietnam War, and then the Gulf War. This display is a display of chemical warfare. It was really the first time that the Industrial Revolution produced horrible, horrible munitions that were dropped on soldiers in the trenches in World War I, and as a result, they had to wear gas masks to keep from being killed by chemicals, gas. And this is an example of the type of outfit they wore to avoid being killed by poisonous gas. This display here is the display of our wars prior to the 20th century, the Revolutionary War, the Civil War, and the Spanish-American War. This display is another part of our World War I display. We won quite a few national awards with this, recognition and awards with this display. It's only a part of it. This is the aviation part of the exhibit. In this display, you will see the major aces of World War I. The people that shot down 5 airplanes were called aces, and these are the top ones from the Germans, the famous Red Baron, the English, the French, and of course the Americans. Eddie Rickenbacker was the American ace. He shot down 26 airplanes and won the Medal of Honor. These cabinets have excellent displays of items from World War I. This is a rendition of a World War I young lieutenant with his sword, his campaign hat. At the same time they were flying airplanes, they were still using horses, and they still had the horse cavalry. And this saddle is a McClellan saddle, fully rigged out as they would have used it during that time frame. You have now entered the display that we have on World War II. You've seen World War I. This is the items that we have on display for World War II. This cabinet is full of German Nazi regalia and memorabilia and war souvenirs that were taken home by American soldiers. It's quite a poignant exhibit that shows the Holocaust that the Germans caused by the killing of trying to kill the Jewish people of Europe, some of their weapons and helmets and souvenirs that GIs took home. This is a continuation of the World War II exhibit. This is a cabinet of Japanese war souvenirs. We have 2 rifles down here that are very similar, but they're different. You would have to read the legend to tell you the difference. These are samurai swords that were carried by the NCOs and the officers of the Japanese Army. This is one of our newer displays. This is a gun cabinet that we built in-house, and it houses a variety of different weapons that were used in World War II. The top one is a Mauser used by the German Army, American Army, British Army, American Army, and the bottom ones are 4 different Japanese rifles, plus an example of the bayonets that were used on these weapons. This is an exhibit of the Korean War. This was put together by one of our older veterans who was in the Korean War, and he has been back to Korea several times. The last time he was over there, it was hosted by the Korean government. And a lot of these items that you will see in this display case are those items that were given to him in appreciation by the Korean government. This display is a Vietnam War display. It's very small. We have a much larger Vietnam display that you will see as you get around to the other side.